All right, the quadratic formula and the discriminant. Solve each equation using the quadratic formula. Well, we should probably write down the quadratic formula. So negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, and all divided by 2a. We get that formula from completing the square. And I'll do a separate video that I'm sure all of you will watch over and over and over again because it's so fascinating on how we get from completing the square to this formula. But really all we have to do now, and this is equal to x. So when x equals this, it changes our equation to 0. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to find out where that page went. Okay. So I'm going to just plug my numbers in. Okay, and so remember in this form, it's ax squared plus bx plus c. Nice of them to go alphabetically. And so we're just going to take, looking at a, b is 3. So we have negative 3 plus or minus the square root of negative 3 squared is 9 minus 4 times a, which is 8, times negative 5, which is negative 40. So that becomes a plus 40. Okay, so 9 plus 40, all divided by 2 times a, 2 times 2 is 2, so that's 4. 9 plus 40 is 49. So we got negative 3 plus or minus the square root of 49, which is nice because that's a perfect square, over 4, which gives us negative 3 plus or minus 7 over 4. Negative 3 plus 7. Negative 3 plus 7 gives me a positive 4. Positive 4 divided by 4 equals 1. And negative 3 minus 7 gives me negative 10. Negative 10 divided by 4 is negative 2.5. And so my solutions for number 1 are x equals, or for a, x equals 1 and negative 2.5. Okay, B. B. Let's do a different color. B. Negative 6 plus or minus the square root of 6 squared is 36 minus 4 times 3 is 12. 12 times negative 1 is negative 12, so that becomes a plus 12. And all of that is divided by 2 times 3, which is 6. And you can plug that into your calculator and come up with a decimal approximation. But what you end up with is negative 6 plus or minus the square root of 48 over 6. The square root of 48 is not a perfect square. We can simplify it, though. It's 24. 48 is 4 times 21. And so that 4 can come out. We can get negative 6 plus or minus 2 root 21 over 6. And if we divide our 6 out, we end up with negative 1 plus or minus the square root of 21 over 3. That would be the simple form. And again, you could plug that in your calculator and get a decimal approximation. I'm not sure what the decimal approximation is. Also, it looks like on my key I made a mistake. Looks like I said 2 times the square root of 3 instead of the square root of 21. So I'll have to fix that. Okay, that's it for A and B. I'll do C. I ran out of room, so I'll do C in another video.